I-DLE here, and welcome back to my channel. On the 15th of May 2023, I-DLE made their comeback with their 6th mini album, I Feel. The girls have released a music video the week prior for one of the tracks on the album titled Allergy, followed later by the music video for the title track Queencard. Last year when I-DLE released their song Nude, I did a video explaining what I thought the meaning was behind the music video, and some people really enjoyed it and wanted me to do the same for this comeback, so here we are. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at I-DLE's new music video for their comeback Queencard, diving a little bit deeper into some of the themes in the video and what they could mean. Before we get into this, it's really important to note that these are all just my opinions based on what I have observed, and you are more than welcome to leave your own thoughts in the comments. I would love that. Okay, let's get started. I didn't want to make this video about both the Allergy music video and then the Queencard video in full because otherwise it would get too long, but I think we do need to quickly summarize the theme of the Allergy video that came out first because the music video for Queencard kind of picks up where this story left off. The title of the song Allergy is incorporated in the lyrics as having a mirror allergy. The girls do not want to see themselves or the person they really are. In this video, the girls are seen focusing a lot on what is current and trendy, what gains attention online, and a constant need to appear as though you have the perfect life on social media. Everybody is envious of each other or anybody who looks like they are more beautiful or living a more glamorous life, and no matter how happy or perfect somebody's situation seems, their clothes, their partners, etc., they always seem to want more. They want more money, they want more designer clothes, they want more followers, etc. But everything they post online is a facade and nobody is really as happy as they seem. One of the main images in the video is Soyeon kind of being the outcast. Other members are beautiful and popular and have everything she wants, but she's not like them. She's always on the outside looking in on the way they live their lives. Soyeon represents a lot of people, especially in our generation, by playing this role, because with the rise of social media and the want for that influencer lifestyle, a lot of people are left feeling like their ordinary lives are lacking in some way, and they want to appear more like the people they see on the internet. When in reality, a lot of what you see online is not real either. That girl with the designer bag might not have been able to really afford it. That guy with the perfect body might be suffering with the way he looks to look that way, etc. In the chorus lyrics, the girls say lines such as, "Why ain't I pretty? Why ain't I lovely? Why ain't I sexy? Why am I me?" But it's not Soyeon saying those lyrics, who is supposed to be our outcast. It's members Miyeon and Yuki, who are portrayed as having more picturesque lives in the video, which I think is so interesting because it shows that a lot of the people in different lifestyles will be feeling the same regardless of how their personas appear online. Okay, I could make a whole video on just that video, but this is the basic gist of it. We'll quickly talk about the last scene in the video because this is also in the Queencard video. The video for Allergy ends with Soyeon on a surgery table at the plastic surgeon's practice, where we have seen Soyeon going throughout the video for a consultation, where she got shown the work needed to be done to her face. It's quite eerie really. The video ends with the surgeon putting a mask over Soyeon's mouth and nose. Pardon my poor medical terminology, I'm not in any way a doctor, but those masks basically have a gas in them which is used to put someone under before they go into surgery. And we will revisit that same surgery table in our analysis of the Queencard video. We will now look at the Queencard video from the beginning. This video starts with a bit of a recap of the Allergy video, which is very cute. It drives home that naughty sitcom sort of vibe. This whole video is very Y2K in aesthetic. I think it's interesting how the recap ends with Soyeon going under surgery from her point of view, where the mask is going onto her face, and then the first scene is somebody walking through the surgeon's office and getting really positive reactions from all the doctors and nurses there. Again, from our and Soyeon's point of view still. It makes the viewer think that Soyeon went ahead with the surgery and is now getting all this positive feedback on her new appearance. But later we will find out different. Next scene, we cut to Minnie looking absolutely stunning walking through the streets at night. There seems to be commotion around her because she's perceived as so stunning. Street lights are sparking, newspapers are flying around. It's cool to see the contrast between the Allergy lyrics and the Queencard lyrics, which we'll notice happens a lot. In Allergy, the lyrics are, "Why ain't I pretty? Why ain't I sexy?" Whereas in Queencard, straight away, Minnie is saying, "Am I quite sexy? Is that why you like me?" Acknowledging something the girls couldn't in Allergy. She's getting attention from guys, literally stopping traffic, a car which Miyeon is in, but then Minnie switches for literally a split second into Soyeon. I actually missed this the first time I watched the video, but this isn't the only time this happens. Bear with me, we will get into why this happens later. Next scene, it's time for Soyeon's rap. She's in a lingerie store, talking in the lyrics about how stunning she is, and then she looks in the mirror. It's a small scene, but there's so much to unpack in this moment. Remember how Allergy is all about having a mirror allergy and not wanting to look at yourself? Now she does it effortlessly. Further to that, when she looks in the mirror, what does she see? Not herself. It's actually Yuki in the mirror, one of the girls she aspired to be like before. They're dressed the exact same, their hair and makeup are identical. She is now the beauty queen she always wanted to be. We zoom in on Yuki doing her part, again the lyrics highlighting her beauty, but when we zoom out, it's no longer Soyeon looking at herself in the mirror, it's Shuhwa looking in the mirror. Okay, now this is so symbolic and I can't wait any longer to talk about this. Why do all the members keep swapping into each other? The members could all be swapping amongst themselves to highlight the fact that they are all these people they aspire to be. They are already the girl they want to be, as pretty as or as sexy as. They're already the girl with the perfect body and fashion, no matter what they think about themselves, and they're a lot more similar than they realize. They have a lot more in common than they know, and they are all capable of being able to look at themselves and see their true worth by singing the lyrics of that theme at that time. So that's the reason why the members keep switching into one another. I think it's a little bit more obvious, but what is the significance of the members switching in and out of being Soyeon? Because that's something a little different. It's a lot deeper, but let's go through some more of the video before we get onto that one. Next scene, we see Miyeon at a party full of people are living their best lives. She approaches Minnie and a guy who seems to be her boyfriend. Linking back to the Allergy video for a sec, Miyeon in that video was very upset about seeing the two of them together on Minnie's Instagram. Of course, from that we can assume that she likes the guy too and is super jealous of Minnie being with him. But rather than being bitter and jealous, in this video, Miyeon glances at the guy like he doesn't really matter, and instead of giving him the time of day, she smiles at Minnie and gives her a hug. Whether or not she's smiling sincerely or trying to hide her jealousy, I'm interested to see what you guys think, but I think it's pretty sincere and it's her deciding to be the bigger person. We don't get to see Minnie's reaction to the hug or how she felt about it, but in the next scene we do cut to her having a good time at the party. She's dancing in the middle of the room like she's the center of attention and the party, and this is where the chorus plays with the lyrics talking about how hot she is and the spotlight being on her, which is literally what's happening in this scene. Nothing to really unpack yet. We cut in between to Miyeon kind of keeping herself to herself, sitting on a sofa, not looking the most happy, and while Minnie is dancing, it seems that two girls want to challenge her for her status as Queen Bee. It's Yuki and Shuhwa, and Shuhwa basically says, "I'm the queen, do you want to be the queen?" Yuki and Shuhwa then challenge Minnie to a dance-off. Oh, this is all very 2000s movie, isn't it? This scene really reminds me of the dance-off scene in the movie White Chicks, if anyone remembers that. It's one of those like classic 2000s movies I remember from when I was growing up, and it's even funnier because Soyeon did actually say herself that one of the themes they wanted to explore for this comeback is like a Y2K movie, and that absolutely comes across here. There is a problem though. The dance-off is only 2v1, so Minnie wouldn't really stand a chance, but here comes Miyeon, who she's just made peace with over this guy. I think it's a really cute touch, this. In true 2000s movie fashion, highlights the importance of friendship and how in the end, as women, we are a lot stronger together rather than fighting over boys and being envious over each other. Yes, even if it is for a dance-off, you know what I mean? So the dance-off commences. It seems like Yuki and Shuhwa are very shocked to see Miyeon joining Minnie, because bear in mind earlier on in the lingerie store, the two of them were helping Miyeon try on dresses. This is kind of like her diverting from them to the other side, if you will. Everyone loves them in the dance-off, and then we see Miyeon and Minnie both leaving the scene, but not together. It's flashes of them both again switching into each other, which I think represents how they are both so similar in this situation. Even if they think they're different, they're playing the same character with the same sort of issues they're trying to hide from the world. But when Minnie looks in the mirror, she's not herself, and she's not Miyeon, she's Soyeon. Why? It's not like we saw Soyeon at the party yet. She's wearing Minnie's exact outfit, however. How come in all the scenes where the popular girls are living their best lives, we see Soyeon in them all? There's a couple of reasons this could be, but it's different than what we mentioned earlier when the girls were switching between the same character. I personally think one of the reasons the girls keep seeing Soyeon in themselves is because the whole point of Soyeon's character is that she's unhappy with herself, but the perfect, popular and happy girls all see that quality in themselves too. When they look in the mirror or when they're walking down the street and have people's eyes on them, they can still feel that insecurity. But it's also important to note it's not the same Soyeon we saw in Allergy, dressed a bit more modest and looking more unconfident and uncertain in herself. The version of Soyeon they are seeing in themselves is the confident Soyeon who knows she's beautiful, knows she's the Queencard. It's driving home the fact that you can be perfect and still feel insecure at the same time. Okay, so that's my thoughtful kind of theory on the message they could be trying to portray, but I can't ignore another reason why the girls keep seeing Soyeon in flashes, because I saw an incredible post on social social media. People think this whole music video is a parody, poking fun at everything everybody wants to hate them for. Haters have complained in the past that we see far too much of Soyeon taking up screen time in idol videos, so in this video we mostly only see Soyeon in flashes. The girls get dragged for their English lyrics, so Soyeon made them extra cringy this time on purpose. The girls got hate for their twerking in My Bag, so of course this video has them twerking on the runway in the chorus. This is a really cool and clever idea if this is the case, and to be fair, Soyeon did literally say herself she wanted this to be like one of those fun Y2K comedy movies, which we see clear evidence of in the danced-off scene as well. So I completely see why people think this is a valid theme in the video, but I'm also not sure if that's what the girls were initially going for, or if it's just a really happy coincidence. Okay, let's go back to the video because we're only on verse 2, there's just so much to discuss. Next scene, we see Yuki working in the same lingerie store they were in before, ringing up an item for a customer. The lyrics here are look so cool, look so sexy like Kim Kardashian, look so cute, look so pretty like Ariana. It's important, I think, to note that these words are literally written on the screen as she's saying them, as if she's literally saying this to the customer. They're having a conversation where she's telling a story. Yuki is talking about the party the night before and Minnie/Soyeon at the party, and I'm pretty convinced of this because it cuts to a video that says Yuki posted on her Instagram account tagging Soyeon dancing away at the party in the Minnie outfit. It's the Soyeon we saw in Minnie's outfit, so now she's gone from dreaming about having that total party lifestyle, and now she's the popular girl she's always wanted to be, and people are talking about her. Of course, at this point, we're still made to think Soyeon went through with the plastic surgery because the video starts with her coming out of the surgeon's office and getting praised. We haven't seen her face, so at this point we can only assume she went through with it, and now she's living her dream life, because people like her more now. In the next scene, Yuki and Shuhwa are being besties, so cute, dressing the same, kind of reminding me of like the duo of girls in every Y2K girly film that bond over their commitment to the queen bee, you know? Like neither of them are the top dog, but they're like two identical sidekicks for her who have her back through everything. The lyrics, you in the mirror keep getting prettier, are a really cool contrast from Allergy because again, the whole point of that song in the lyrics was that they had an allergy to looking at themselves in the mirror because they hated it so much. But now they're actively looking in the mirror more and becoming more beautiful in their own eyes. We see them playing on the phone, trying to look perfect in selfies, but then the selfies we see from the camera are Soyeon. It's almost as if the cool girls are now trying to see themselves more like her and the tables have turned. Next scene I low-key think is so cool. It's Minnie at this very retro looking dance gym class which she seems to be leading. We saw Soyeon watching one of her dance videos in the Allergy video as well, so we can assume that Minnie's some sort of like gym dance instructor. But it also cuts between Minnie in the dance class and the surgeons dancing around Soyeon on the operating table. I don't know why, I just thought that looked really cool. It's kind of like everybody is celebrating the same thing. The lyrics talk about celebrating your birth every day, and I think the imagery of the doctors being happy and having fun too, even though they're living completely different lives, is a nice idea. Like it sort of symbolizes that everybody, no matter who you are and what your situation, deserves to feel happy. In the next scene, Miyeon is in her house, and although she has a wardrobe full of beautiful clothes, she picks a simple white robe, and she actually looks at herself in the mirror for an extended amount of time and she's smiling happily, something none of them were able to do before. This outfit choice also contrasts a lot to that of the Allergy video where she has her friends Yuki and Shuhwa at her place, and they pick a lot of bright hot pink outfits. This is also the scene where she found out that the guy she likes is with Minnie instead. I really love the contrast in these two scenes between the two videos because it's kind of her saying, I don't need the most beautiful clothes in the world or to make a huge effort, all I need is to be me. This is further emphasized in the lyrics I don't need them because she is no longer with all these friends around her who perhaps were a little fake and are now bonding a lot more as a pair without her. She only needs herself to truly be happy. Again, when she looks in the mirror, it flashes between herself and Soyeon, which I think is to emphasize how they are more similar than they think in their situations, because they are both perfect regardless of how they perceive themselves. Moving on to the next scene, and of course it's a pool party. I feel like no Y2K movie is complete without one, right? The scene is very bright, very pink, they're back in those hot pink outfits, and it's a dance scene with all 5 members now singing the chorus about how hot they are, because in this scene it's kind of implying that they're all the cool girls at this party. I think if I'm not mistaken as well, this is the first proper full group dance scene in the video so far with all of the members, which is great in a way because it shows the development in the story from Soyeon being the quote-unquote outcast to now being one of the cool girls. Also, unrelated note, do these bright pink outfits remind anybody else of Tomboy era? Oh, I love it. We know from this video and the Allergy video that Minnie is portrayed as like the athletic one with her own dance gym class class and everything. So now we see her stretching as if she's about to jump into the pool. We see the jump, but not the girl who does it. When we see who jumped in the pool, who comes out of the water, it's actually Soyeon. Get it? Because they're playing the same character regardless of how they feel. They're all the cool girl who secretly struggle with the way their life looks and appearance, etc. Sorry, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. It's just a really consistent theme throughout the video. The next scene is really cool. It's actually a lot of the scenes we've already seen. Minnie walking through the street and stopping traffic, dancing at the party, which led to the dance-off. But now we're seeing these scenes from a sort of different perspective, and with more flashes of Soyeon woven throughout them. This time it's her being challenged to the dance-off, etc. She's the girl now getting everybody's attention. And for the first time we see Soyeon at the party, but dressed as herself. She's not intertwined with Minnie anymore. There's a group dance scene with all 5 members dressed as their respective selves this time. So this is now showing us that yes, we keep seeing flashes of Soyeon throughout Minnie at the party, because they're all the same character, if you will, but that doesn't mean that Soyeon isn't one of the pretty popular girls getting invited to the party. She is there too, but she's portraying herself, not trying to be Minnie or Mion or any of them. She's a Queencard in her own right. The next scene, we are kind of approaching the outro, and a lot happens fast, so bear with me. We see the surgeons trying to put the laughing gas mask on Soyeon in the operating room, but she's laughing, kind of going a bit crazy. The staff all wheel her out of the operating room looking very serious, while she seems to be having a kind of crazy breakdown and a bit of like an episode. She's in crisis. Like, this is all far too much for her now. The surgery's about to start, or she's had a bad reaction to the gas they used to put her under. We don't really know. For the next group dance scene, all 5 members are at the plastic surgeon's office, and the lyrics here tell us everything we need to know. They say, wearing whatever girl, queen card, thick or thin girl, queen card. The girls are literally saying here, no matter what you wear, designer or not, no matter how you feel about your own body image, you too are a queen. You are worth so much more than the voices telling you aren't good enough. You don't need to have the most expensive wardrobe or the most glamorous life to be special. The surgeons who were wheeling Soyeon out of the operating room, without having started the surgery mind, are all up in her face doing the same choreography and telling her the lyrics. She looks confused at first, but then she kind of laughs along in her crazy manic state. I'm thinking this literally symbolizes the laughing gas having kicked in. They're telling her to be full of confidence the way she is and not to go through with this. And then the last time they say, I'm a queen card, you want to be the queen card. The surgeon who was putting the mask over Soyeon prior is now actually Mion. It's shaky and it's from Soyeon's point of view, as if we have now joined her in this crazy state she was in. And one of the surgeons dancing around her in her head, she's now seeing flashes of Mion in. I don't think there's necessarily symbolism here in the fact that it's Mion in particular that she sees. I think it's more just to drive home the current state of utter confusion that Soyeon is in, so much that she now sees these people she wanted to be in her plastic surgeons, for goodness sake. She has no idea what is reality or what is fake at this point. Next scene, we see Soyeon coming around on the operating table. The surgeons have drawn the lines on her face to signify what work was to be completed, but they haven't done any of it yet. They're literally about to start when she opens her eyes, and bless them, the poor plastic surgeons get the shock of their lives. She panics and sits forward. I think it's pretty clear to see from this that she has changed her mind. They could be trying to imply that everything that has happened up until this point was all in Soyeon's head while she was drifting into unconsciousness. She was imagining how her life could be if she was quote-unquote perfect, but along the way she was getting to see how everybody she previously perceived as perfect were also dealing with their own struggles, and their lives weren't as spectacular as they made them seem. It's like she got to witness an out-of-body experience, and it made her decide that none of this is really worth it if she's gonna feel the same as she does now once it's done, and she can still be who she is and be happy. So Soyeon leaves the surgeon's office, taking a deep breath and looking really content. It's a bright and sunny day, literally representing her new mood, and she's walking down the street now with this completely fresh mindset. She's finally happy and content with who she is. Then she walks past the shop that Yuki and Shuhua work at, and they're in the very same outfits they were in the Allergy video, which I think kind of signifies that we had a bit of a time skip in Soyeon's imagination, where they're imagining how her life could be compared to everybody else's. Yuki and Shuhua see Soyeon walking past from the window, and they actually excitedly wave at her as if she's been their friend for years. Cause in the Allergy video, they did know her, and they were helping her try on outfits. She's not necessarily the outcast that she thinks she is. Soyeon kind of waves back in confusion because of course she has no idea why these super popular girls are being nice to her, but then her phone dings, and when she looks down, notification after notification are flooding on her phone. There's a picture she had posted on her Instagram with the caption, I am a queen card, and it was getting hundreds and thousands of likes, comments from every one of the members, aka the cool girls in this story, telling her how amazing, pretty and stunning she is, telling her everything she'd always wanted to hear basically. I think it's also really cool that this is the first time we get a glimpse of the girls actually being idols throughout the whole video, video. Throughout the video, they are just normal girls with normal jobs, living their lives and going to parties or whatever. But one of the comments she gets is from an idol stan account, which kind of signifies that this whole story is just as relevant to them as idols as it would be if they were regular people. They still doubt themselves and their lives, and having fans tell them that they're perfect the way they are is what they want to hear. The actual photo itself of Soyeon is Soyeon at the party, which we thought she had dreamt. So, did Soyeon imagine it, or was she recapping her own life? I personally think that the whole point of everything that happened throughout the video was a flashback, and when she went under, Soyeon was getting to see her own life as it is, but from a different perspective, rather than imagining how it could be or thinking that she's the outcast. I think Soyeon was getting to see the similarities between herself and the girls she always admired, and how she's already the person she tried so hard to become. I think it's so clever of the video to make us think that Soyeon was dreaming about living the perfect life throughout the whole video, when really she was already living it, and this whole process made her realize that by looking at it from someone else's perspective. The video ends with Soyeon putting her phone back in her pocket and carrying on walking, not really paying much attention to all the people flooding her comments with compliments. The previous Soyeon, who wanted to be loved by everybody earlier in the video and in the Allergy video, would have obsessed over every comment, but now Soyeon is content with how she feels in herself. She ignores them all and carries on walking, embracing the fresh air and carrying on with her day. I think that's a really nice way they casually hint that while it is lovely to be praised online, it doesn't really matter and you shouldn't let it take over your whole life. What matters more is how you feel in yourself, how you feel, and not how others perceive you. And at this point, Soyeon is content with being herself, finally. Okay, conclusion time. And I'll try to keep this short because I can't even imagine how long this video has gotten. There's an incredible amount of imagery to reflect on in this video, and I love it so much. I know the girls, especially Soyeon, have been getting dragged a lot online for some of the more questionable lyrics in the song, but I honestly think they work so well with the concept and themes throughout. There's a part of me that thinks, yeah, maybe Soyeon did throw the funnier lyrics in there on purpose, knowing how people would react, but that works with the whole style of the song and its movie-like concept anyway. I think the music video is a really great mission accomplished because there's a clear story throughout, the scene is set, there's a climax and conclusion, and we're left with something to think about when it's done. I've only ever done one other video talking about a K-pop music video in depth, and that was also for I-DLE, and I'm ready for somebody to come at me in the comments and ask why I only do these videos for them. But in the industry at the moment, I-DLE are absolutely at the top of their game when it comes to releasing music and videos with a message, with a theme. There is something in the visuals for us to discuss, and I really love that. I'm so happy that once again, like they did with Nude, the girls have used their platform to talk about a really current issue that a lot of people can relate to, and I think a lot of people will take comfort in seeing the girls who seem to have the perfect life talking about this. I-DLE are pushing the envelope when it comes to what is expected out of 4th gen groups, and I'm always really excited to see what they'll do next. Okay guys, and that is it for today's video. I really hope my points make sense and they don't sound as rambly as I feel right now. Thank you so much for watching if you got this far, I really appreciate it. If you liked this video, please give it 8 thumbs up, and like I mentioned in the beginning, I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this video in the comments. Do you agree with any of the themes I mentioned, or did you pick up on anything that I might have missed? If you are new here and haven't yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the notification bell. That will let you be the first to hear whenever I upload. And as always, my social medias will be on screen. That is my Twitter and my Instagram. I always follow back K-pop stans when I can, so let's be friends. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.